You know what I mean? Like, how do you behave on that thing? It's just so easy to blip the throttle, even when you don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times it's like, and Hayabusa guys will tell you this. You know, like they're riding along, and it's like they look down. They're like, okay, no problem. A nice day. They look down. They're doing like 85 miles per hour, 190, 150 kilometers an hour, and they're like, whoa! It's like, wait a minute. Like, it doesn't. You can't even feel it. Like, you can't feel the speed, right? This street is so tight. Bounce. So I'm gonna go in, pay my credit card, and I'll tell you all about that. A nice adventure of losing all that money to my credit card. Yeah, things are going good. This'll help me. I didn't quite make my quota. Our mirrors missed. We're good. I didn't quite make I wanted to put 540 on the card minimum, because but my goal was 740. But I'm going to be a little short. I'm going to be at not saying the suspension's done in this car, but oh wait, parking spot's over here. That's close enough. I don't have to be totally straight. I like to be more creative with my parking. But anyway, yeah, it's like I didn't get everything I wanted. I got 460, but I need to leave a little bit of money for gas and other things. The good news is I have my rent covered for July. But if I tap into that, you know, like I'm trying to get so far ahead that when, you know, like my insurance is due, my, you know, everything, when things come due, I just have the money. So I'm suffering now with no disposable income, but hopefully by mid-June, maybe even July, I will have, you know, I'll be able to enjoy my life a little bit other than just working and, you know, just in survival mode all the time. You know, just trying to, you know, come up with money to pay bills all the time. But I do need things, you know what I mean? Like that's the catch-22. Like, I need those big chainsaws because they're going to make me bigger money. I need, but if I get Ninja Shark resurrected again, I'm going to try that little trick. You know, you never know. If I can get a couple more jobs out of them, enough to pay for a new saw, that would be great. But we'll see. But I want to take my credit card down, maybe another three more payments before which would bring me to, well, 2 payments will bring me into June. And so I'm aiming for a big saw by mid-June, end of June, depending on my finances, right? Because I'm looking at a lot of money for that mid saw. The little saw, I was gonna try to get it at the end of this month, and I still might, because you know, like it's so far this month, I've made just about $1,200, which was my goal, right? And like my goal is usually to make $300 increments extra per month up until say about July, where I might peak at say $2,100 for the month. My average is probably $1,600 to $1,800 a month, whatever, which is not much. It's not much because I only usually get from May to October, right? So that's not much for a year's income. So you can see how I fall behind really quick. But the way I'm trying to plan things out this year, like I got like 10 clients, so that's really helping me out. So what I'm trying to do is get so that whenever I do have the money, I can just go buy the saw and not have to put it on a credit card, right? And you know, it's done and it's paid for. You know, obviously I'd rather pay everything cash, but with the way the world's going, like, I mean, our fuel prices have more than doubled in the past 4 years. You know what I mean? You know, I was paying between $80 and $1 a liter in 2019. Now it's like it's $1.80 something, you know, and sometimes up to $2. So plus with what's coming down the pike worldwide, I won't get into it here. We know fuel prices are about to go through the roof. You know, $2-3 a liter. I mean, you're looking at, you know, to my Americans, like, you know, $15 a gallon gas is coming. You know what I mean? Like like, again, it doesn't hurt the little guy, or it doesn't hurt the big guy that's making government salary or more. He notices it, but it doesn't hurt him. Like me, I put $60 of gas into this tank from empty, and the last time I put $56 of premium in here, it filled it to the top from a quarter. You know what I mean? So I put regular in from about an eighth from empty, and I'm about an eighth almost full, or eighth from the top. $60. Okay, so that's an extra, $6 for the cheap stuff. So the good stuff would be probably about $70. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like much. Still cheaper than my truck. Like my truck's would be probably about $260 to $280 to fill up now. That hurts. That hurts. You know what I mean? That makes everything harder. Like scrap metal, I got going to get to the point where when I do scrap metal, it's I have to charge you a fuel charge to come and get it. You know what I mean? I'll take it for free, but I'll take the metal for free, but you're going to have to pay me my gas to get there and back. You get it cleaned up. You're still getting a good deal. So sometimes some of these metal jobs are half eco job, half metal job. I keep the metal. I tell them I keep all the metal, scrap metal for myself, for whatever. But I got to charge you this, and I got to charge you this. I got to charge you, and I hate doing that, but because it kills your own business too a bit. When people are like, oh well, I can't afford those extra costs. So. Somebody that might hire you 10 times a year now might only hire you 5 times a year or 4 times a year because of the budget change, and you don't get as much done. Now, if you're lucky and you can pander to the people that can pay for the convenience, I can't make that stress enough. Don't pay for the guy that's looking for the cheap worker. You know what I mean? Or don't work for the guy that's looking for the cheap worker, because you'll never ever get ahead on that. Like there's a lot of people I can only charge $20 to $25 an hour for lawn work because reasons. There's other guys that are willing to do it for that price. So you want to be competitive, but you have to make money, right? And that $25 an hour really doesn't give me more than $20 an hour, because that $5 an hour is probably my fuel cost. You know what I mean? Because it's getting to the point where, if it was like $50 to fill up this tank in this car, and say $120 to fill up my truck, yeah, you can afford to slide the fuel cost, because you're probably going to make it back within the day. But now you're not making your fuel cost back in the day, and that will catch up on you. So a lot of people are just working to pay for fuel. People in my kind of class of income. Right? It's almost getting too expensive to work, so you have to rejig your, I'll just end on this. You have to rejig your business to keep running. And like a fuel cost, there's so many guys, in my area, they don't think of stuff like that. They're like, I show up to work, I do my job, I get paid, and I go home. And it's like, yeah, but what did it cost you to go do that job? Well, what do you mean? Well, you obviously had to drive there. Well, it was only half an hour in a truck. Half an hour in a truck is probably about $15. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's not the guys that are doing 140 or 85 miles an hour everywhere. Like guys like me, I drive trucks at 80 kilometers an hour, 55 miles an hour, or 50 miles an hour, because it's too expensive to drive it any faster. Like you get my big Ram above 90 kilometers an hour, 55 miles an hour, that truck sucks up the juice like you wouldn't believe. Either truck. Now Brutus was really bad. He got like 8 miles per gallon. I'd get maybe about 300 to 340, maybe on a good day 350. I might have hit 360 kilometers on a tank once with Brutus. Average 300. That's 180 miles on a truck with a 100-liter tank, or 35 gallons or whatever. Like that, guys, that's expensive. I couldn't afford to run Brutus now, unless I was making bigger money. So anybody with a big, like 250, 2500 series, wow. Anyway, I'm going to go in, get my job done, get my payment done, and then I got other things I gotta do, so here we go.